After Joe Biden is sworn in as America's 46th president, he and his family will participate in a number of ceremonies that date back almost as far as George Washington's time in office. Among them, the procession to the Capitol, the oaths of office, the presidential address, signing the first documents of the administration, a luncheon, and a review of the troops. But the day will differ sharply from other inaugurals in a number of ways, some by necessity, some by choice. For instance, as a coronavirus-related health precaution, the festive and grand parties that usually take place in the evening will be replaced by a Celebrating America TV special hosted by Tom Hanks. On top of that, following the violence at the Capitol, the event will be closed to the public, and the area will be even more heavily guarded than usual. But the outgoing President Trump has also decided to eschew White House tradition. Recently, he announced that he wouldn't be attending the inauguration, a snub that hasn't been seen since Andrew Johnson refused to show up to Ulysses S. Grant's inauguration 152 years ago. Trump then broke with tradition even further by planning to leave the White House for his Mar-a-Lago estate in the early morning the day of the inauguration, rather than waiting to greet the new residents. And Donald Trump isn't the only member of his family breaking with honored tradition either. First Lady Melania Trump is shattering a few protocols of her own. The time-honored rituals of the inaugural day usually begin early in the morning, when the departing president and First Lady greet the incoming president and his wife on the north portico of the White House. It's also traditional for the group to do a walkthrough of the second and third floor living quarters, and for the First Ladies to meet privately for a tea and tour. The outgoing First Lady then introduces the newcomer to the staff before both families leave together for the swearing-in ceremony. The courteous welcome home gesture dates back more than half a century, when Bess Truman met with Mamie Eisenhower before their husbands made their transition of power. While the Trumps' early departure means they won't be meeting with the Bidens, Melania Trump could still have kept the tradition going by arranging a little personal time with her successor, but that's not happening either. Per CNN, she has not invited Dr. Jill Biden to the White House. In fact, the First Lady has had no contact with Dr. Biden at all since the election was certified. Incoming first daughter Ashley Biden told the Today Show that her mother has yet to hear from Melania Trump and that no invitation has been extended.
I don't think they're doing the traditional protocol, which is unfortunate, but I think we're all okay with it.
This seems like an ironic statement for Melania Trump, whose platform during her tenure as First Lady was Be Best. In the farewell message she delivered just days before the inauguration, she called on Americans to unify and rise above their divisions. It's also fairly jarring in light of the reception Melania Trump herself has received from the former First Lady. Indeed, Michelle Obama met with her successor for the traditional tea, and the two families took part in the honorary meeting on Trump's inaugural day. Michelle also told Melania to reach out to her anytime for help or advice. Until now, presidents' wives have always been able to keep at least an air of civility toward one another. A former Clinton staffer recalls that Hillary Clinton was gracious and welcoming to both Barbara and Laura Bush, despite their husbands' divisive campaigns. Even Nancy Reagan and Barbara Bush, who were famously unfriendly, managed a brief White House tour in keeping with polite tradition. Most recently, Michelle Obama and Laura Bush came together with a bipartisan message of hope in the midst of the pandemic.
We will continue to be here for one another, and we will get through this crisis together. Thank you.
Whether Melania Trump and Jill Biden will ever overcome this inaugural tempest in a teacup, however, remains to be seen. Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more list videos about the latest hot topics are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.